Welcome to the Money Mindset Masterclass Bust Your Biggest Money Belief. I'm Dr. Beverly Wixon, and a very quick rundown of who I am. I was a middle school and high school English teacher. I didn't grow up hearing that we didn't have any money. I didn't grow up hearing I can't afford, but as soon as I became a teacher, I started saying it because everybody else said it. Every teacher I knew, every administrator I knew, every stranger I met said, "Oh, teachers don't make enough money. I don't know how you can afford anything. Teachers don't make enough money." So I started saying it. Started saying things like, it's payday and I'm broke already. Turns out I grew up poor. Didn't know it. I was in my early 20s because I was in college when I discovered this. I might have actually been in my late teens. I might have been 19 still. And we were moving my brother across the state. He'd just gotten married and taken a job across the state. So we moved him over there. And we were driving home, and I was kind of taking a nap in the back seat, kind of. And I heard my parents talking, and all of a sudden I went, "You mean we were poor?" And my dad got very upset, angry, with, "I thought you were asleep. You weren't supposed to hear that." I'm like, "Oh, too late now, but can you watch the road?" And so my mom started explaining, "Well, the reason you didn't know it's because we had the same thing everybody else had. Everybody lived around me. We had the same thing basically." And I was like, "So is that why I couldn't go bowling sometimes?" And my mother laughed and said, "Yep. I was never told that as a child. I was never told you can't go bowling with your friends because we can't afford it. If I asked, now I grew up on a military base. Shoes were 10 cents. A game was 25 cents. 3 games with shoes was $1. $1. If I asked to go bowling, there were times I was told no. Not no, we can't afford it, just no. And I would say, "But Daddy, everybody's going." And his answer would be, "Well, not everyone, because you're not going." And that was it. Of course, I'd probably go to my room and pout because that was like a trauma to me. One of those little traumas. It was like a trauma. When he told me when I was 5 that, and I spent all my candy money, spent all my birthday money, I mean, on candy. And he said, "Money just burns a hole in your pocket." That was a little trauma. I spent decades proving him right. Yep, decades. So, you know, those are all little traumas that we don't know about. We think of trauma as this big thing. Trauma is not always big. Like I said, it can be little, all kinds of little things. And those have to be cleared too. We clear those so much freer. So I want to show you a couple of things real quick. Um, you've probably seen these 1,000 times, and that's okay. If I can find it. And, because there's nothing new in the world, everything is old. What's old is new again. But I want to show you this. This is the iceberg theory. And this was developed by Sigmund Freud. That tells you how old it is. It's been around for a while. And it's called the iceberg theory because it's our conscious and subconscious mind being the iceberg. An iceberg, about 7% of it is above the surface. The other 93% of it is below the surface of the water. The conscious mind, we're aware of about 10% of our mind. The other 90%, we're not aware of. That's our unconscious/subconscious mind. Now, in our conscious mind, we have willpower, our decisions. This is where we do analysis. This is where we take actions and make decisions and make plans and make goals. That's what's in our conscious mind. In our unconscious mind, it's where our emotions sit. And as I said, there are no, well, I don't know if I said it on this one or before. Anyway, there are no good or bad emotions. They're just emotions. If we weren't meant to feel them, we wouldn't have them. So, no good or bad emotions. This is our unconscious mind, is where our personal, our cultural beliefs lie. Those beliefs that we took on from our culture, our families, when we were young children, before the age of 7. We didn't know we were taking on their beliefs. We didn't know that's what they were. These are the things where we believe it just because we believe it. We don't even know why. We have no clue why. The unconscious mind does not judge. Our conscious mind judges a lot. Our unconscious mind doesn't judge. It doesn't worry about if we get angry. or spend too much money, or sit in front of the TV eating bonbons all night long. Our unconscious mind doesn't worry about those things. Our unconscious mind wants to serve, it wants to live. Its primary purpose is to keep you alive. Quality doesn't matter. Your unconscious mind is where your values live, where your fears live, where your imagination lives, your habits, and all your memories. And this is where violence, trauma, secrets, shame, and guilt reside. They hang out down here so that they can bubble up to the surface every once in a while. But you may not realize that that's why certain emotions are bubbling up. It's because of them. I also want to show you the map of consciousness, which was developed by David R. Hawkins. Now, you can see there's three major sections here: survival paradigm, reason and integrity, and then a spiritual paradigm. Now, you've probably seen a version of this, maybe this version, because there's several different, the emotions and the levels are the same, but some of the other information on here, and this is why I like it, because let's just say that you're at the level of shame. It's down here on the bottom, so it's very easy to find. That's why I'm picking it. Well, your predominant emotional state when you're at the level of shame is humiliation. Because when you're living at a level of shame, you're constantly feeling like people are laughing at you. You're constantly feeling like they're pointing at you, talking about you. They know things. They know your shame. You tend to feel that life is miserable, that life is just miserable. And you kind of feel like God despises you. And you just want to eliminate people from your life and things from your life, and maybe parts of you want to eliminate. You may know people like this who live in that area. Then there's guilt, which is the one right above. Shame is at the vibration, the frequency of about 20. Shame is guilt is at 30, not much higher. Guilt is where you're blaming people. You're constantly saying it was their fault. It was that person's fault for cutting me off. It was that person's fault for I hit him because he did this. He said this. It's his fault that I did this. Everything's always somebody else's fault. Now, if you think about children, I know a lot of 7-year-olds who are in there, you know, or I used to know a lot of 7-year-olds who were there. My last year of teaching, I was actually a media school, an elementary school media specialist. And I knew a lot of 7-year-olds. It was always somebody else's fault. These people think the world is evil. They think God's vindictive, kind of like he's still very Old Testament God. I heard a lot of this, we hear a lot of this during tragedies of God made this happen. And we see a lot of destruction. I know several people who live at this level right now, adults. And it's sad. I feel for them. But we have to go through these. That's the beauty of this, is you have to go from level to level to level to level to level, up the steps. You can't jump from shame all the way to enlightenment. Not possible. You have to go through them. So it's okay. There's no bad level. If you're down here at shame or guilt right now, it's okay. Awareness helps you to move up. And we've all been there. We've all been there. Some of us may stay in a level longer than others. Excuse me, but that's okay. We all have to go through every level. So let's go through them. I'm not going to go through every single one. Grief, the predominant emotional state here is regret. So if you're having a lot of regrets about your past and about life, you're grieving. That's why. So think about what you're grieving and feel the grief. Let it go. Because what's happened is you've taken that grief and stuffed it down. And it's there in your unconscious living there. And that's why you're feeling all this regret. And sadly, we start to look at life as tragic, that life is sad, and that God is just kind of like, whatever. And we feel despondent. As we grow up, we move up the chart, we get to anger. I lived in anger for a really long time. Didn't know it. Didn't think I had anger issues. And anger is at a 150, and the predominant emotional state is hatred. Not necessarily for other people. It might be other people, could also be for self. And I realized that that was what a lot of mine was. I hated myself for many years. And it makes you, the view of life is that you're antagonistic, that everybody's out to get you. So you have to be, out to get them. The view of God is vengeful. God's getting revenge on you for the things you did. So you feel like you need to be aggressive a lot. But as we move up and we get to courage, we're at level 200. This is where you're starting to feel affirmation in your emotional state. You're starting to feel that, oh, wow, things can go right. I just did this. I did this courageous thing and it worked. Proof that I need to keep doing that. We start to see that the good things in life are feasible for us. We start to see God as allowing things, permitting things, and we start to feel empowered. We go on up, we get to acceptance. We're at a 350 now. We start to be very forgiving. We start to see harmony in life. We start to see God as merciful. And we start to see that we're transcending some of this other stuff. Now, again, just because you're at acceptance doesn't mean you don't fall back down into shame every once in a while. It does happen. We just don't want it to happen a lot. What you're going for here is your predominant state. You get up to love, you start to feel reverence for life. You start to feel a benign view of life, and that God is very loving. And we keep moving up. Love or above is awesome, because you know what your purpose really is in life? It's to be happy. That's it. Nice and simple. To be happy, to do what makes you happy. Truly soulful happy. Ask your spirit, what makes me happy? And that's how you move into it. So what I'd like you to do is kind of take a gander at this, look at it for a few seconds, and think about, where do you live predominantly? What level do you think you're at? And it's just a thought. And then as you think you're at it, let's say you think you're at acceptance, look across. Does all that sound like you? Okay. Oh, maybe go up to reason. See that. Pick where you think you are and look at the couple above and below it. I'm just going to give you a few seconds to do that. And you can keep looking. I'll keep it up here for a second. What we're going to do next is a meditation. It's clearing some limiting beliefs. And it's going to take about 25 minutes. And as I said, I didn't record this part before. I started recording over there. So I'm hoping that I can mash these two things together and make them work. Okay, so if you picked your spot, you don't have to tell anybody. This is strictly for you to see where you think you are, so that you can start thinking about where you want to go. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off as we go through this meditation, because I'm one of those people that if I got to have my eyes closed and I know somebody else has got theirs open, I'm going to open my eyes and peek. So this way, if I go, no picture up here, you're going to feel more comfortable about it. Okay, so hopefully this is all going to work. Fingers crossed that I can mash this up, and I will see you over there. We're going to do a guided visualization. And guided visualization is the ability to follow instructions to a state of relaxation to make the changes that you want to make in life. It's just the ability to follow instructions to relax, so you can put in the suggestions that you want in your mind to create the life that you want. You are actually in more control when you do this because all your senses and awareness become heightened when you relax. You can find it easy to relax and make these changes because you have wanted them for so long, and they are the changes that you want to make. So, are you ready to go on a journey of relaxation to make the changes you want in your life? Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take some nice deep breaths. Breathe in love. Hold it for a bit, and then breathe out everything that doesn't serve you. Take another deep breath in, breathing in love and power. And then breathing out everything that does not serve you. One more time. Breathe in love. Breathe out with a big sigh. Breathe out everything that doesn't serve you. Now, with each breath, allow it to relax you even more. With every breath you take, just know that you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Imagine that there's a gentle wave coming, washing over the top of your head and completely relaxing your face and mind. Imagine the wave moving down your chest and relaxing your chest and your arms. Now imagine it relaxing your stomach and coming down over your entire upper body. Imagine that wave coming down your thighs and completely relaxing them. And flowing on down, completely relaxing your legs and your feet, and relaxing every part of your body. And just allow any thoughts you have to simply float away and out of your mind. Each thought, like a cloud, just floating away, and away, completely relaxing you. I'd like you to imagine that you're walking along a path to a farmhouse. There's a garden in the distance. As you get closer, you can see in the garden all these old flowers that are old and drooping low. They're hanging down, they're wilted. You can see clearly they do not serve the garden anymore. They're old, wilted, and not serving this garden. In fact, they're holding back the garden. They're holding back the potential of the garden. You can see they no longer serve the garden to become its full potential. Next to the garden, you see a brown bag, so you pick it up. Now imagine picking up all of the old flowers out of the garden and putting them into the brown bag. You can feel the bag getting a little heavier as you put them in. You keep picking them up out of the garden. That's right. You can see the garden is already looking better without them. Just keep picking them up one by one and putting them into the bag. Now, whatever old flowers that are left, scoop them all up and put them into the bag right now. That's it. Now take the bag as you continue to walk ahead toward the farmhouse. You can see the front door in the distance. Keep walking right up to the front door. Feel the doorknob in your hand and open it. and go inside the house. Imagine walking inside and noticing that it's a nice house. It's so beautiful inside. You start to notice that the interior is what you have always wanted to live in. You've always known you could have a house like this. And I want you to see that there's a back door. And behind this door, you can see there's a forest. Through the window, you can see it. So go towards the back door and open it. Grasp the doorknob in your hand, twist it, and walk outside. And you can see a whole huge forest in front of you. In the distance, you can see a pathway, some steps. Walk down into this forest. So walk down these steps further into the forest. You're walking down step by step, carrying this brown bag with you. And as you walk down the steps, you can hear a river in the distance. You can hear birds chirping. You can hear the leaves in the trees. You can hear all the sounds of the forest. All while walking down the steps, holding the bag toward the river ahead of you. As you get to the river, I want you to go to the edge and notice how clear the water is. Notice how beautiful this river looks. Reach down and dip your toe in it. It feels so good. Now I want you to take 5 full breaths on my count. 5. You're going deeper and deeper. You're going to relax more. 4. Letting go, relaxing deeper and deeper. 3. Deeper still. Every cell in your body is relaxing. 2. You're letting go of all your conscious thoughts. Just letting go. 1. You're feeling totally relaxed and safe. Bag of flowers getting heavy in your hand. And each flower represents a limiting belief that no longer serves you. And it feels really heavy to hold them in your hand. They've held you back until now. And now it's time to take your power back. So open the bag, and I'd like you to reach in and throw one of the flowers out. Throw them out one by one, because they're the limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. Let go of all those old limiting beliefs. Wait for the flowers, one by one. Feeling lighter and lighter. Throwing more of them out, feeling lighter within yourself. Start taking them out by the bunches if you want. Throw more of them into the river as you feel more and more powerful. Feeling even more powerful as you let them go. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And when I say the number 1, I want you to throw all the flowers into the river. You'll feel totally amazing, light, and powerful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Throw them all away. That's right. And notice how much lighter you feel within. You're feeling revitalized. You feel powerful. You feel back to who you truly are. Now I want you to walk further into the distance. In the distance, you can see some sand, and you realize it's a beach. As you get closer, you see there's a beach towel on the beach waiting for you. Go ahead and sit on the beach towel and lie down. You see the sun is shining above you. It's warm. Go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to imagine the sun is shining light down from the top of your head, filling you with all the power emotions and all the powerful beliefs you need. All of the new powerful beliefs you have. All the powerful new beliefs that you've chosen are contained in this light, and it's filling up every cell with your new truths. Imagine that this light is filling up your head with infinite, unconditional love for you. This is the unconditional love you have always known was there. It's filling you up from the top of your head, and it's moving down your body, filling every cell, infinite, unconditional love. And it feels so good, so light. It's moving down your body, it's filling up your arms, your chest, your stomach, your legs, your feet, your entire body is being filled with love, light, and truth of who you are. You have always known on some level that you are love, that you are loved. You are whole. You are complete. You are perfect as you are. You allow the light of acceptance to fill every cell. You are enough. You are worthy. You have been on a perfect journey to learn the lessons to bring you love. You are worthy and deserving of love, abundance, and success. You are love. You have all you need within you at all times to be, to do, to feel, and to have whatever you want. Nothing is separate from you. You have all you need. Imagine this light and love filling up every cell, making you feel better and better and better. And when I say now, I want you to double the intensity of the feeling of love inside you. Now, double it. Feel it shine so bright through every cell. Now go ahead and triple it. It's like love is just bursting through you and shining out from you. That's right. It feels so good. It feels like home. It feels like all the love that you did not get as a child. Love is your birthright. It's your birth source, and it's your birth cause. And now you know it. And in the future, whenever you wake up from now on and look outside of the sun, it will remind you of the love and wholeness that is within you, and all of the new empowering beliefs that you've chosen that you will act upon. And all you need is always within you. Looking at the sun every day will remind you to say to yourself, I accept myself. I have unconditional love for me so that I can give it to others. It will remind you from this day that this was the day you chose a new destiny from this new state of being and these new truths that you've decided, which will mean you take all the new actions from these new beliefs now. I want you to think of the new beliefs you've chosen and how you're going to act differently from these new beliefs. And as you think about them, you feel stronger and stronger. And this new sense of certainty fills your entire body, knowing these are your new truths. And this is how you are now deciding to be. Amazing. Now allow these changes to integrate at both a conscious and an unconscious level, because this is who you are. I want you to think of one thing you are going to do differently from this day forward. Think of one new decision of how you are going to live differently now to create the life you want. Maybe it's to take certain new actions on your business, certain new actions in your life, certain new actions in your relationships, certain new actions with your relationship with money. Make one decision that you know is from your new empowering beliefs that will give you the life that you want. Whatever it is, make the new decision in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul now of how you will live. How we feel is a decision. Who we become is a decision. What we do is a decision. So make that decision now. Once you've done that, you can start to slowly wiggle your toes. That's right. Because now I'm going to bring you back to now. When you hear the number 1, you'll open your eyes feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to live from your new decision and live free. So I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds and give you a moment to really think that decision. Okay, ready to come back? I'm going to count down from 5. When I say 1, you'll open your eyes feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to live from your new decision. 5, coming back to now. 4, feeling so good as you come back to now. 3, feeling light and free, coming back to the present. 2, awaken all parts of your body. And 1, back to now and open your eyes. Welcome back. You may want to pause the video right now to take a moment to journal your thoughts. And then you'll want to write your decision on a 3x5 card so you can look at it quite often. And then I would love for you to join us in creating a global society of wealthy women so together we can make the world a better place for everyone. Check the description below for more information. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and comment below, especially if you like this video.